Comparing love to a box of chocolates. When you're a child, if you're only getting half of the box or empty box all the time, then when you grow up, a house full of chocolates won't be able to fill up your emotional hunger. But as adults now, rarely do we understand this, nor do we come to face and admit our attachment hunger. A shocking finding was discovered from an experiment done by psychologist Harlow in 1958. So he separated some monkeys to two cages. One cage was a surrogate mother made of wire, and its main function was to provide milk through hidden bottles. Another cage was with a surrogate mother made of cloth, and its main function was to provide comfort because monkeys can cuddle it. What they found out was that other than the time the monkeys need milk from the wire mother, they prefer to stick around the surrogate mother, which is made of cloth, because they use it as a secure base to provide comfort and sense of security, especially when they're scared or frightened. I remember the first time I learned about this experiment, I was deeply touched because I just could relate to those baby monkeys. Human beings are not entirely equivalent to monkeys' needs, but our emotional needs do get more complicated. And imagine if our needs don't get consistently met when we're children. How much of the love hunger, warmth hunger, and touch hunger would be left within us? Now, let me draw a line between emotional hunger and real love. Emotional hunger usually happens in a rush with a sense of urgency, accompanied by strong anxiety and panicking feelings. You could become preoccupied with intrusive thoughts and storylines to a point that you may lose the ability to do reality check. Also, you become inconsolable. No matter how much reassurance or guarantee wouldn't be able to calm you, because you would feel like, well, they're just trying to comfort you, they're just trying to be nice, they're doing it out of obligations, and they don't really mean that. Do you relate to this? The drastic difference here is that when you're coming from a place of emotional hunger, it's usually out of deprivation. It comes with controlling and demanding behaviors. It comes with strong emotions like anger, sadness, loneliness, and inconsolable pain. While with real love, it comes with a sense of peace and serenity. You just naturally feel being seen and connected with or without your partner's presence. Real love is the self-love you projected outside. When you're in a place of abundance and self-love, then you view everybody, everything through the filter of love and serenity, because everything just falls back into its place without all the scripts of abandonment, resentment, or victim-bully dynamics. Now, here's the message I wanted to convey through this video. We need to face and embrace our attachment hunger, because human beings, we are wired to survive through both physical security and emotional security. If we have never gotten that emotional security, that sufficient love, then it's only natural and normal we have those emotional hunger. Driven by this emotional hunger, we may have done something really stupid and really shitty in the past. You may have been labeled as too self-absorbed because all you think about is yourself. Now, in our defense, when we're in this survival mode, it's only natural and normal someone who have gone through those things would behave the way we behave right now. We may have pushed people away and said some hurtful things because we have the fear of being left again. We may have lied to people out of the need to protect ourselves. We may have been too demanding and controlling in a relationship, and that might cause people to leave out of suffocation. We may have been too needy, too clingy, and then we become so ashamed of ourselves. And all those things, they are used and adopted by us to survive in environments where it's impossible to survive. So we're already given this mission impossible. We don't have enough love, we don't have enough resources. Over the years, I've met a lot of people who are on their healing journey. And with no exception, everybody blames themselves. Everybody thinks that they are weird, they are not normal. But now as a bystander, I look at them, I see how they're struggling, and I see how they're growing and how they're falling down, and how they're getting up. You could imagine the admiration that I have, because I could say this, absolutely everybody is doing their best to survive, driven by this strong and almost frenetic desire to attach. You may turn out to be codependents or love addicts, You may compulsively be attracted to emotionally unavailable people. And it creates this pattern of chase and run and the storyline of victim and abandoner. You may get attached to someone too early in the relationship, or you just jump from one to one. Just there's never a break of you simply being yourself without emotionally entangled with someone, because deeply we're terrified of being alone and facing the void inside of us. So we desperately need to depend on something to distract us, whether it's the love addiction or some substance use. We have this strong anxiety towards any type of real or imagined separation and abandonment, even if our partner is just going to work. They're only going on a business trip. We also have endless fantasies or magical thinking about how our partner could save us, could fix us, or we could fix them. Due to shame and the feeling of not deserving, we barely communicate our needs openly in a relationship. And then we blame others for not understanding us, for not meeting our needs. And we perpetuate our sadness of not getting our needs met ever. In order to heal, we need to go back to the roots where that injury happened. Maybe why we think the world is unsafe, why we believe that people cannot be counted on or trusted. Because when we're born, we're like a piece of paper, but something happened and it got a dirty ink on it. And because of this ink, we see the world now with our filter. But what we need to do is to go back to that stage and remove that ink, so that now in the future we can see the world with clear eyes. We don't need to add storylines to it, as if we've never been abandoned, as if we've never been hurt before.